What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to discuss and go over Modafinil. Many of you may have heard of it, many of you may not have heard of it. It's essentially the smart drug that is out there. Now, before the video goes any further, I am not a doctor. Do not do anything without your doctor's supervision. This video is all for informational and educational purposes only. And also, of course, if you guys want to support the channel or if you happen to need anything, check out the link in the description down below. And also, before we jump into going over Modafinil, if you guys have any questions pertaining to anything, my Instagram DMs are always open at HalfWickedLabs. I answer every single DM. It may take me some time just due to the amount I get, so be aware of that. So in order to kind of describe Modafinil to you guys from my personal experience, yes, I am prescribed it, and if you guys want doctor consultations, once again, the link in the description down below. But I tried it at first actually as a replacement to that of Adderall. Now, many of you may know what Adderall is. You may have tried it. For some people, it doesn't work at all. Some people, it does wonders where they're able to focus, be more creative, get more done, accomplish more tasks. So Modafinil was traditionally prescribed for narcolepsy, and that's what's most common still prescribed for. So basically people with sleeping disorders in order to keep you awake.
Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
But what scientists in early 1990 all the way to 2014 from Harvard discovered is that not only did it, of course, increase the wakefulness or preventing sleepiness of individuals who were prescribed Modafinil, but it also improved their cognitive ability as far as their memory, their learning capability, their creativity, their decision and plan making. So then a lot of people started to treat Modafinil very similar to Adderall in order to take it first thing in the morning and accomplish just more than you have ever completed in your life in a single day. So basically, just like most drugs that are out there, they are developed for one reason, and then after some time, scientists and people start to realize that it treats another thing. So, for instance, one off the top of my head would be melanotan. It was developed essentially to get a tan while being inside, avoiding UV exposure and skin cancer, but it also increased your libido. So they found, more benefit to it. So now my personal experience. We'll start with the comparison between Modafinil and Adderall. Adderall, I do like. I thoroughly enjoy it. The only problem is it is, I would say, addictive, at least in nature, just due to how much I was able to accomplish in daily tasks, focus on what I was actually doing. A lot of the time, just because I'm on YouTube and social media, and I'm sure many of you can probably attest or, explain the same exact situation, you'll commonly just revert back to your phone, to Instagram, to Snapchat, to Facebook, to YouTube, all these different apps that are grabbing our attention on a daily basis, where it's hard to actually stay focused and complete something all the way through unless you're on a time deadline and it's like you absolutely need to get it done. But when I take Adderall or Modafinil, I'm able to just focus, get everything done. On top of not only doing that, I'm hardly on my phone. I'm just constantly in overdrive, just working, which is a great feeling for someone who is generally normally pretty tired. I am tired throughout most of my days, regardless how much sleep I'm getting, regardless on my diet. I've just always been like that. So that is why Modafinil is more superior, because of the whole treating narcolepsy and treating sleeping disorders and able to keep you awake. I would say Adderall was more effective as far as the overall output and brain capacity and able to focus and getting more out of it and overall feeling. But there was also more drawbacks to Adderall. I found it was more addictive. I saw I had more side effects as far as I had more severe sweating, where I would just be sitting in, for instance, my computer chair, and I would start sweating. And then on top of that, I have loss of appetite. Between both of them, though, to be honest, Modafinil and Adderall, I lose my appetite. And then also with excessive thirst and excessive urination pertaining to Adderall. So I'm more thirsty, but yet I'm peeing more. So I'm almost like dehydrating myself most of the time when I'm taking Adderall. And with Modafinil, I just notice it's less. I'm still thirsty, but I'm not urinating as frequent, so I don't feel like I'm losing a lot of the fluids. Now, the full list of side effects between the two is going to be incredibly long, just like most of those commercials you see for any prescribed medication online or on your TV. Is they have to essentially cover every single basis just to make sure that they're covered legally. But dry mouth, nausea, drowsiness, dizziness, headache, sweating, flushing, nosebleed, burning, tingling, confusion, back pain, tight muscles, difficulty moving. I mean, the list really goes on and on. But really the only ones I personally experienced, and this is going to differ from individual to individual, was, just like the dry mouth, excessive thirst, and frequent urination, and then sweating. With Adderall, Now, modafinil keeps me very awake, almost too awake, I would say, though, because sometimes I take it usually first thing in the morning before a busy work day. That way, you know, I'm awake oriented, I'm able to focus, get things done that I need to. And even first thing, just taking it once a day, first thing in the morning, I have a hard time falling asleep, usually at night, even after midnight. So it definitely works as far as the narcolepsy treatment and keeping you awake and keeping you energized and keeping you going. As for the smart drug effects, it is pretty crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure in the UK they can buy it, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, over the counter. I know in the US you need a prescription, which once again, if you guys need a doctor consultation or anything, check out the link in the description down below. It'll be Prometheus HRT, discount Kenny KO, will get you a free consultation. And similar to Adderall, which is an amphetamine, I would say they are very similar, but there is just a little bit of difference. I would say modafinil is better in the regards of keeping you awake and keeping you going, whereas Adderall, I would say you get more of cognitive function, at least for myself. You know, this could differ from person to person, so definitely keep that in mind. But I got more cognitive function, more focus, more drive and everything out of Adderall than I did out of modafinil. But with modafinil, it's still incredible, still phenomenal. My creativity is sparked. I'm able to focus and get a bunch done. It's actually crazy. You don't even need pre-workout because you're so awake and so focused, and not just focused, you're hyper focused. So the mind muscle connection, getting in and knowing what you need to do, staying focused to your actual workout so you're not getting distracted and doing a bunch of random things. So I don't know how many of you guys have seen the movie Limitless. A lot of people years ago used to compare modafinil to that of the Limitless drug. And I get the comparison. I don't think it's that intense, that crazy, but it is definitely effective, and it's definitely something to look into, especially if you guys are like me, where you're constantly distracted by these things in our hands. With short attention spans, my brain is all over the place. But I can definitely say from experience, it works. It's crazy. I definitely rely on it. I wouldn't say I'm like dependent on it, but if I know I have a very busy workday where I need to get a ton done, it's definitely like first thing in my morning routine. And let me tell you, if I have a busy day, I get everything done. That's the easiest way to describe it. Same thing though, once again with Adderall, I'm just not the biggest fan of it just because the side effects, I don't know if are really worth it for me, with the sweating, becoming dehydrated and peeing all the time. It's just really inconvenient, and then also the loss of appetite between the two is a little bit to deal with. But of course, if you're dieting, then hey, maybe that's a perk for you because you'll be in a caloric deficit and you're not going to be overeating and binging. But, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It just depends also, once again, on your genetics and everything there. But I just want to do a quick overview. I had a couple DMs of people asking because sometimes I'll post modafinil on my Instagram story. And once again, if you need it, it has to be doctor prescribed, at least in the US. I don't know if you guys are watching this from some other country, but if you need a doctor consultation, check out the link in the description down below with discount Kenny KO. And of course, any of your other needs. And then also, once again, before we close out, if you guys need any DMs answered, any questions pertaining to anything, Half Wicked Labs is my Instagram page, and I will get back to you. It may just take me some time, but I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. If you have any experience taking Adderall or modafinil, leave it in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one.